Welcome everyone, we are the Grin brothers and Raphael is staring at a bottle cap.
Looks like it says HH on it. I don't know. Is it branded? Is that a brand deal?
Harry
Are
Hart.
we going to get sued for that? Are we going to get paid for that?
Hanson Hulu.
Sorry, I was running out of breath somehow by sitting.
Haymaker heel drop.
Sounds like a flashy attack.
Does in a way, yeah. So
Yeah.
what are you about to say?
Do you know what would be a superpower I'd like? It's kind of like Best Geniusts, in a way.
No spoilers on that part. Well, we already did that in Diablo.
Like, being able to create, like, cloths and, like, silks.
Okay.
Because then I could just bundle myself in a blanket whenever I want.
Okay. So basically you just want to keep warm and snug.
Yeah. I just want blankets.
And what's this superhero's name? It's Mr Snuggles.
Hey, Mr Snuggles, I will drown you in cloth.
Hey, you can put socks on your opponents as they're in bed. Torture him that way. Oh no, I thought that was another box guy again. Oh no, just one slowly waking up from the box. Oh, what?
Very?
What? No.
Oh no, she's on the floor.
Okay.
Lady, get out the floor! What are you doing?
Oh, hello. Okay, a shy one here, I guess. She's really not want to show her face. Oh, kind of
I
sweet.
don't blame her. She's probably heard what I'm like. You wanna...
That moaning was different than usual as well. I don't think we've encountered this one before. Like, where was she attacking? She is very confusing me a lot.
I think I have fought her. Ow.
Okay.
Although she does sound different. Sounds like
And she's talking there. So maybe it's because she's got dialogue this time?
I don't know what she's saying, but...
Yeah, she got a bit too close to you to... Oh. Sneaky. That's never the most threatening attack when you're walking back.
Can't fight her!
This room is tiny.
Did that still hit me?
No, I think you dodged that one at the last second.
That was a fatal glance.
I thought that was.
It was flashing red and then it stopped. What's going on?
You got enough for crush lens, or you
want
to save that?
Crush
Because she
lens.
doesn't seem particularly hard. She's just
No, I want to crush lens her,
awkward to fight.
but to make full use of crush lens,
I'm sure we used to have a button to turn you around instantly.
I do. It just doesn't want to work. Can't.
Well, at the very least, after all those hits, she hasn't...
This is what I mean by poor level design. This isn't a good fight.
Well, the thing I'm not understanding is why you're not getting these fail glances. Like, when you're supposed to. Like, I know this was a difficult fight for me as well. Because I remember fighting someone in some of these cramped areas. The cramped areas are, well, again, I think the hardest fight I had in any particular area was Ren's stairway fight. Because, admittedly, I barely used... Because,
I physically couldn't stop that attack of hers because her head clipped into the wall.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like when I went to fatal glance it, but I couldn't because the only hitbox I
Isn't
had.
it funny that we always seem to have problems that the others never encountered in their respective games? Like, it's an ongoing trend. Like, for instance, I'll watch, like, a YouTube playthrough. And it's a game I'm familiar with. And I'll sort of end up sort of seeing some things like, wow, I never had that sort of problem at all. Sort of like, I've been watching the Team 4 Stars Budokan Tenkaichi 3 thing. And their D-pad commands keep seemingly changing what they're pressing. You know, they're supposed to fire their ultimate, but instead fire off a completely different move. And it's like, I never had that sort of problem. And it's like, I'm sure it's happened in our respective playthroughs as well. I can't remember which ones I've done where... Which ones did I do?
In the Blind Forest I did. And complained about several things that you had.
Yeah, like that, the first section which you had difficulty...
That didn't give me an option to dodge either.
Oh. Please give him memory after all that frustration. No. But, you know, I'm sure I've played games which you've played through and I've encountered problems that you never did yourself. It's kind of interesting that it happens like that.
I mean, part of it boils down to playstyles. Except this isn't playstyle, this is just flat out poor level design, I'm sorry. You cannot defend a fight in a room like this.
This room?
Yeah,
no.
this room.
It's meant to be awkward.
Yeah, but that
the
doesn't
thing
make it good.
The thing I don't understand is that I was able to knock her back, but maybe I was just turning the gamepad more than you are, because I purely use gyro...
You can.
Well, I purely
you could. I can't.
I purely use gyro controls.
In the position I'm in, I can't do that.
I was going to say, where did you put the stylus?
There.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm not stupid.
Yeah, like I was
I'm just waiting for my wet to go down.
Yeah, I was in a swivel chair and I spun the gamepad round a lot.
But even with that, this is just poor.
Well, it's not supposed to be a room you're supposed to be comfortable finding. It's supposed to be difficult.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it difficult. That doesn't make it good.
Because it's just the same enemy as before. It's just in a different area to make it harder.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it good.
Like, I did it in a way to stop myself from ever having to use any of the healing items, in that I used the healing lens instead at this point, and you can switch between the lens freely.
It doesn't do much damage.
Oh no, it doesn't do much damage.
Yeah, but heals based on damage done.
Hmm.
But like, cheapness in a design doesn't make it difficult. You know, it's like in a platformer where it's like, you can't see the pitfall trap, bam, you're dead. There's no way you could avoid that without knowing it happens before. That's cheap. Or making it just purposefully awkward doesn't make it good or challenging. Like, it's the basics of level design.
I don't see it here, but I can sort of see your
How
point.
can you not see it?
I can sort of see your point, but again, I didn't have much of an issue. It was difficult, yeah, but I wouldn't have considered this, you know, a problem per se. Like, I'd say bigger problems about, you know, some of your games. Like, I'd say problems about even just the basic controls of something like, for instance, Fallout. The incompatibility of trying to play it in third person, the style I'm naturally suited to.
Fallout 4 has terrible
time layout. But the thing is, I can't play in first person. So I try to play third person, and it just doesn't work very well. And you saw my attempt to play Fallout 4 on that on the farm sort of thing. Oh, hello!
I guess she didn't like me waiting to dry.
Guess you didn't. You comment how you dislike this room and now you've got another fight in here. Nope, I'm out.
This is a difference. I can leave this fight.
Yeah. Like, I do agree that's not a good sort of place to fight in. It was a
mandatory fight.
But I do feel the purpose of it was to make it awkward.
Yeah, and my point is awkward doesn't make it good. I'm just gonna...
I mean, I felt it was perfectly okay. It was tricky, but I didn't have... You know, I never got frustrated with it.
I just think it's a flat out poor area to have to fight something in. And not in an enjoyable way.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of my own examples, but I haven't actually played many games as of late.
Oh, I'm out of Purifying Embers.
Really? Oh, gosh.
Well, yeah, because that attack apparently I couldn't stop, so...
I know there's a way to stop it, but I can't remember how, because I never really got hit by the poison that much.
I mean, I tried locking on and it didn't do anything, so... Don't know
let's
why
see,
I'd
games
let you
we've
stop
played.
it
Games
there.
we've played. Can't think of any at the top of my head to use as an example.
Of what, poor level design or?
No, games where we sort of disagreed on the premise of what was challenging, what was not challenging. I mean, I guess, like, you felt, for instance, well, okay, a good example with some of the Pokemon design, like, you complained that the Barry situation, when you sneak attacks you outside the gym in Platinum, it isn't a matter of it making it difficult.
No,
making
it's cheap.
But meanwhile, I've gone through Sun and Moon and basically eased my way through all of it except for Gazuma's Masquerin, and which I felt
still struggling to figure out.
And the only other thing that was hard was the absolutely bull of Salandites and Slazzles,
which was cheap difficulty.
But it's like, meanwhile, Luzamine, I basically could have done blindfolded because her Beaver can't attack ghost types.
Yeah, I will admit, now that I know that, it's a bit silly.
And but meanwhile, I'm perfectly okay with the Barry one.
And I'm not. I think it's cheap.
But yeah, can't think of any others off the top of my head, but I know we've had different agreements where, for instance, I found something particularly unfair, but you had no problem with it. I think a lot of it would depend on the style of the game. Again, like, most of the moments to say, just from if I cannot do the controls, like, again, Fallout. I can't play in first person, which is the way they kind of want you to play.
Well, yeah.
With third person is basically just thrown in for as an afterthought. It's just kind of trying to appease people, but then it's not properly incorporated it. So you try to play third person, which I feel more comfortable playing in, but it just doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
But I can't think of any other examples from my head. But I do know there are cases where where I've found something particularly cheap. And you haven't?
Yeah. Just imagine people would be able to figure it out easily enough.
But but as you said, it's also a case of how we play these games.
Yeah.
And in certain situations, there'll be like a style which is better suited for it. Like, my style is always melee focused, so something that does suddenly demand you to be more melee focused is never going to be a problem. Something that kind of forces you to be long ranged. One case is of it, surprisingly being fair is, well, ironically, Skyrim, I'll give the example. You'd think fighting a dragon would be unfair if you're a melee class character, but I still punched out a dragon with no problem. Because it landed often enough, and, its fire didn't do enough damage to stop me from killing it soon enough. Plus, they introduced Dragon Shout, so even if you weren't an archer or a mage, you could still hit it.
Yeah. My problem with Dragon Shouts is they're better than all the spells that you
They shouldn't have been better than the spells, but I do like the idea of basically, if you're a melee class character, you can fight the things which constantly fly.
Yeah.
So you're not forced into changing your style.
Yeah.
The Dragon Shouts should be an assist for everything, basically, but never something you could make yourself around.
Dragons were very anticlimactic in that game.
Although, you gotta admit, that was pretty awesome, me punching a dragon out.
It was fun.
Although not as awesome as you ramming your arm through a skeleton.
Yeah, that was a fun glitch.
So let's see. Things to talk about. Something I'm not sure if we've actually brought up before. I'm sure we must have mentioned it before. Did we mention there were uncles level 2 now? Level 2 uncles.
I don't know.
Have we mentioned Baby Gracie?
I don't know.
No. Well, yeah, we've got a little niece now. Gracie.
That is a fact.
Yes. She sleeps a lot and is quiet, and oh gosh, we love her so much for this result.
Yeah, noise is not.
Yeah, like, we do, of course we naturally like Charlie, but I nicknamed him Little Hurricane for a reason. He just sort of comes in, it's a storm. Though at the same time he comes into my room and goes, Liam, it's dirty, clean it now. Like, no, it's clean, how dare you.
God.
He's also figured out how to lie now. As evidence from his conversation with you the other day. Nanny said I could.
He tried convincing us. that he was allowed a lollipop. And it was me and the oldest brother, mostly the oldest brother. And he said that the little one had to go ask Nanny and Dad. So the little one went downstairs. We heard him crying when they said no. Because he cries quite loud. We could hear him visually upstairs. Came back upstairs with it. And we were like, what did they say? What did Nanny say? And he went, Nanny said yes.
Which I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not. It's good that he's developed so much, but the fact that he's developed to the point of learning lying...
We laughed because we knew that yes was not the answer had been given.
Mm.
And I was like, are you sure that's what Nanny said? I don't like that loading screen. I swear to God, if there's more firemen in here, I'm just...
Again, I'm really surprised because the one problem I did encounter in this area was lag. And you've encountered every problem except that problem. Which is funny, I've never had any of the problem in this, I've barely had half the problems you had. Of course, again, that box area was annoying, but I felt my fighting style worked well enough for it. I certainly didn't have the problem of not being able to hit as often as you with the failed glances. But the lag was was horrendous for me.
But yeah, and I was like, are you sure that's what Nanny's saying? He was like, yeah. It's like, I shouted downstairs, what did you say to Charlie about lollipop? And Nanny shouted.
The world's quite a shout, apparently. It's funny, you do often, you either just talk as you usually do, or you go into that tone with Charlie.
Yeah, it's because I don't know.
I don't need to change my voice with Charlie.
I don't put much effort in, really. But yeah, I shouted down, and Nanny's response was, I said no, Daddy said no, and Mummy said no. And she shouted loud enough for us and Chris and Charlie to hear it. And it's like, you sure that's what Nanny said, Charlie? Because I just asked and she said otherwise. I could always get her to come up and confirm it. We didn't get the lollipop. I stopped because I think he was about to start crying if I carried on anymore.
Don't interrogate him further, Raph!
Yeah,
that isn't a box of iron. That's a place you have to crawl through. Can you imagine all these shrine maidens having to do, shrine maidens and these priests having to do this, like crawl all the way through these areas? Yeah, this freaked me out when I saw there was like all these sort of things. I thought, how many exposure shots are there? And it's like, oh no, it's items and lore.
I need some sacred water.
I like how she took a step back to grab that.
It still angers me how these characters are terrible at picking things up.
Just show off her lovely, delicate fingers.
You're a freak.
You're a freak for not thinking that socks are a good idea to wear in bed to keep your feet warm.
It isn't a good idea.
The taboo of glancing, which Yuri has done an awful lot of! To glance into someone is to take on their thoughts, their secrets. The weak do so with a touch, while the strong can do it with a look, a true glance. However, it is done, and the result shall be the same.
So, is the person that wrote this just insulting all the characters?
Effectively, yeah. But then again, the others haven't been stuck on a mountain their entire lives.
True. Power is of the Netherworld.
Which is always good to dabble in. This won't cause any
dredging oneself in the mountain's waters, the one that melts people.
Yeah. Strong thoughts make for stronger pillars. So let's see, something else to mention. We're almost going to need to end the episode, but something... Oh, doggies, quiet! Something I did want to... Oh, the moon play key. Crouching statues, they must represent the 3 Shrine Maidens. And I have the moon and cherry keys. Are you missing one, then? No, you got both, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because moon and cherry tree...
I don't think moon trees exist. That made us harvest some fresh moons!
Well, it must be the case in Super Mario Odyssey, because apparently there's power moons everywhere. I love that Prezi D videos. Wow, this is... Wow, this is easy. We should be able to find all the moons in no time. I'm 5 hours there. Where is it? Where is it? Look in the sky for a and you'll see a taxi, and the moon is above it. What?
Alright, let's head to where I'm supposed to go, and hopefully not... wait, missed the door.
But yeah, I'll be bringing up something later, but I ended up, as a result of waiting for it to update, I was on the Xbox One and decided to check out the Xbox avatars.
I
which I know...
absolutely despise the Xbox.
Yes, the Xbox One's update is terrible.
Shut up!
Doggies, quiet! The front... I'm not sure what to stop him. The front door's closed. It's just people walking by. Like, I know they bark less if we paid them more attention than today, but we can't leave them in the game room. And the last time I did, they jumped down and knocked the mic and laptop and everything. That was during the shiny thing. Holy gosh, I didn't even notice that. Well. See, you can shoot through walls.
I don't think I'm supposed to. Right.
That's because you upgraded your sensor. Yeah, get to a better area. Holy heck, she's doing a lot of teleporting. Ah, gosh.
I wonder what lipstick she uses.
I'm wondering why she's how she emits that sound. Like, how do you hum that?
By being dead, I assume.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe she's got little holes in her neck from her death, you know, just whistling out the sound.
Okay, let me fatal frame that one as well.
Yeah.
I guess it's
there must be some sort of specific timing or something, because heck, you blasted her that time.
It's just very picky, apparently. It didn't let
oh, gosh.
The
thing is, I'm not sure what you can do. You've not got any more purifying embers.
Yeah, I've just got to fight her and kill her. Also, it wouldn't let me lock on. Oh, I can't lock on.
Oh, Moonstone. Sorry, you'd play this. Oh, and it's cured you.
I couldn't lock onto her, I guess, because I was poisoned?
Yeah. There's a dreadful effect. Like, it is a nice... that's actually... Oh, perfect. That's actually more of a survival horror mechanic than I, actually got to experience myself.
I don't know how...
because, that
works.
does then put into the consideration of having to balance out whether you dry yourself to prevent ghost encounters or keep the purifying embers in case you get poisoned by any of these enemies. But I'm pretty sure I only got poisoned once in my entire playthrough.
I've been poisoned...
7 times, I think. 6 or 7.
Yeah, a lot.
I think 6, actually.
I've also encountered a tall lady twice.
Which I never have fought.
So basically, all in all, someone hates me.
It's because I'm got. You're playing in the daylight. That's the reason. I was trying to get my true horror experience, and they're punishing you for trying to cheapen out on it.
Well, it's not my fault we can't record at midnight.
Well, we could.
No, we can't, because I have a job.
You do! That's another thing I can bring up. I didn't write down my list.
I actually have to do stuff.
But I think I'll bring that up next episode, because we're already sort of
Am I
past...
going to dry off if I stand here?
Probably, but you may also encounter another ghost. You want to continue on next episode? Because it's 22...
Sure, why not?
Cheer, everyone!
Bye!